Hi, I'm Farmer Scott. I'm a retired shop teacher, and now I love to spend my days on the farm in West Virginia. You might find my videos helpful. I go over machinery, basics, how-tos, and show you how to do things. Thanks for watching. Hi YouTube. Hey, I've been making some hay bales today. This is a new size for me with my new baler. I got a 450E, brand new one. It's got about 60, I've made about 63 bales now. And I don't know, this is supposed to be like 58 inches tall by 46 inches wide. You'll notice all these ties on the end. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And 4 over at the other end, and then we got one supposedly every 4 inches. That's about enough twine. I don't want any more twine than that, because what I do later is I'm going to wrap these bales with plastic. You'll see that I'm using a new Holland Powerstar 75. It's a new tractor to me. It's got about 50 hours on it, and so far I love it. And then you look at this baler that's getting pulled by this tractor's pulling this baler. This is a 450E. It's probably the lowest level of baler you can get by John Deere, but that, you know, that doesn't mean anything, I don't think. If you like this baler, take a look at my previous video we produced, and I kind of went in depth over it. And just as a little review, when I bought this baler, I put gauge wheels on. Those were extra. I put bale-shaped sensors on it. That's extra on this baler. And I also put a moisture kit, a high moisture kit in it, so I can bale wetter hay if I choose to. This hay wouldn't have needed that moisture kit, but someday we will. This baler will bale a maximum of 60 inches tall and 46 inches wide. Now right now that bale we just showed you is set at 58 inches. It being a new baler, I don't want to push the limits too much. But that to me is close to 60, but it's probably 58. I haven't put a tape on it yet. And that's a pretty nice bale and pretty nice hay. And I'm really happy with this baler. Like this, you know, you see a 450E, you think, well, that probably won't even do much, but it's a horse. It's doing what I asked and is doing more than what I asked. I really like it so far. With 63 bales in, I think it's a fantastic baler. And this new Holland Powerstar 75, I couldn't be happier with that right now. We're gonna start doing some more baling, and I'm gonna show you the monitor and what you have to watch with that monitor, and why I have to back up and then open the bale chamber, and then you'll see. This new baler was a real learning curve for me, and I thought, well, there's probably a lot of people like me wondering about a 450E. You don't see those on the internet much, and you don't see people explaining this model specifically. So I thought, you know, why don't I do one? You know, it might not be as good as others, but I think we can explain some of the things I was worried about, and now I've overcome them. I think I've kind of conquered this machine a little bit and know what it can do and what it can't do, and for the most part it does everything it can do it. It's a good baler. I plunge right into windrows and it just eats it up. I've never clogged it yet, and it really does it. It is as advertised, and I like it a lot. Come on with me. What we do, here's the monitor. Now I'm going to turn it on. You're going to hear a loud beep, and it shows real quick, it shows what model baler you got, and you're going to see two graphs there, two bar graphs, one on the left and one on the right. And that's a bale shape indicator graph. And that would normally not work on the base model of this baler, but I purchased bale shape sensors, and they put them on at John Deere at the local dealer. And now these two graphs will respond to hay being piled into the bale chamber. And what it does is, you know, one of the things that threw me off when I first turned that monitor on was the two graphs, the bars on the graphs were like halfway up. And in my mind, and I'm a simple guy sometimes, you think, well, you ought to start at 0. Well, I don't know what how it's measured out, but to me now, midway up, that is 0. And that's where it starts. Now, it takes about 30 inches of hay for it to start responding. This bale's a 58-inch bale. I'll start packing hay in there, and it'll take about, a little bit of time to get about a 38-inch bale going, and then it starts responding. That was new to me too. I didn't know that. Another thing is, here, let me show you this. It's a bale counter, and I'll show you how many bales I got up to this date. Totally, 64. Now, you can erase that number, of course, but I'm keeping it on there so I know what I have this year. 64. Then, well, how big a bale do you want? Well, you press that. I got a 58-inch bale. Now, that number will disappear in a minute, but it's still there. Let's say I want to make a 57. Look at ours, 57.5. So let me put it back to 58, and it's ready to go. Then we've got how many wraps you want on each end. That says 2. I don't understand that. I programmed that in. It looks like it's doing 4, but we'll figure that out later. And then the right-hand side, 2. Maybe I ought to program that to 1 and outthink it. And then how many wraps you want every so many inches? Well, this is what you press there. Every 4 inches, you're going to put a twine. And let's see. These things here that says wrap, that's if you get caught, say it's the end of the day and you just have half a bale. You don't want to wait on the machine to wrap it for you. You just hit that button and it'll automatically go. And these two other brown things are manual things. I'm not going to go into that right now. As we bale hay, you're going to notice that this machine will get up to like 52 or 54 inches, and you're going to hear 2 bells or 2 buzzers. Beep and beep, but real loud. And then when it gets to 58, it does 4 beeps. Beep, 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 and you stop. And you back up too. And I'll show you that when we do it. The reason you back up, the reason you do back up, and then you release your bale, then you pull forward back into your windrow, then put your gate down. One of the things I had a hard time getting used to, when you eject your bale, I'm used to a baler kicking it out. I had ramps on my other baler, so in my mind, I've got those ramps on this baler. When it opens it up, it usually just drops the bale right there. So this baler's got to get out of the way so the gate can close. So you've got to pull up before you put the gate down, maybe 6 or 8 feet. I've done it to where I didn't pull up far enough. That was one of my beginner mistakes, and the gate comes down, hits the bale. One time it tried to pick the baler up a little bit. I said, what's going on here? And I thought, well, I didn't do it right, so I pushed the gate back up, pulled forward some more, and then dropped it. So, there's more I want to tell you about that, but I think it'd be more prudent to tell you about it once we make some hay. So I'm going to get out of this short grass here and go up to a place where we're going to make some hay, and you can watch me and see how I do and see if I do it right. Some of you have balers like this, and you just like watching this stuff like I do. And plus you might learn something. I might teach you something you don't know, but probably not, but who knows? I might do something different. You might say, I might try that. I'm no big professional expert, I can assure you that. But I like doing it, and it's all new to me, so I thought maybe if I could help some beginner or whoever. Okay, what I do is I rev this engine up to about 18, 19, 20,000 RPM. Get it ready, because you're getting ready to go make some hay. I don't have my PTO on yet. And this machine here, my tractor, it's a hydraulic PTO, and all you do is push it in. Hold it right there, and I'll take it out. Now it quits spinning. Now it's in. That's how easy this tractor is. We got the belts rolling, and we're going to merge into that row there. We're going to make this little batch of hay here right now. Here we go. Everybody hang on. Brakes off. PTO's on. Let's go. I bale about, I never knew this before, but I go about 4 miles an hour. And could I go faster? Probably. But it seems like a comfortable range. What I try to do is just weave back and forth, and I can kind of guess how it's going in the chamber. And if she'll show you this in a minute, the graph, it shows you the bars jumping around a little bit, but I'll wait for that because we don't have a numeric value either yet, so I'll show you what I'm talking about. What we've got is a bar graph. The one on the right is lower, which means it doesn't have as much hay as the left one does. So I'm going to have to concentrate on pushing hay on the right side, but they jump around. It's not a panic time or anything. And that's that 35 represents 35 inches of hay that we've made at this point. You'll see that Baler symbol. That means the gate is closed. And that's a good thing to know. We're at 36 inches now. The bar graphs are almost equal. It must be doing good. Okay, now we're at 50 inches, and I think at 52 or 54, we're going to hear 2 beeps. That's just a warning. It says you better get ready because you're going to eject the bale pretty soon. Okay, we're at 53.5. Now we're at 54 inches of hay. You heard the 2 beeps. The bar graphs are pretty close together. Now I've got to find a good place to eject the next bale. And I got about 4 more inches to put in here, and then I'm going to hear 4 beeps. All right, let's get going here. Now 57, you're going to hear 4 beeps here in a minute. It's tying automatically. I'm not doing anything. And the machine's tying the bale itself after the beep. In a minute, it'll quit spinning. And the buzzer will go off. That's the 4 beeps I meant. And now I'm going to back up a little bit just to get it out of the hay. And you notice I didn't reduce RPM any. That's what the book said anyway. Okay, I'm probably backed up about 8 feet now. Now, I'm going to dump this bale. it did indeed. Empty. Yep, I can see it out there. And I think I'm far enough away to put the gate down. Maybe I'll pull up a little bit more. There we go. And I had a gate open symbol. I can't show it to you right now, but then once it disappears, the gate is closed and it's ready to bale again. So we're going to make a few more bales. The two bars are equal. And it shows no values at the bottom because there's no hay in there. And it takes about a few minutes to build up at least 300 30 some inches of hay before it starts to register on that bottom line. I told you when it was ready to bale it was going to be 4 beeps. I lied about that. I was wrong. It's a long beep. And the 4 beeps is when you eject the bale or something like that. So anyway, let's make another bale. And I hope I'm not confusing you guys. Here we go again. Let's get the RPMs wrapped up again. Okay, here we go again. And it is easy. It is fun. As long as it's working. Kind of weave back and forth. It says to do that in the book. But when I notice one of the bars is lower than the others, then I concentrate on that side more. Sometimes it's slow to react, but who knows. We're at 36 inches of hay in the baler, and they're even. And you can see that bale up there. That's a nice looking bale. We're at 42 inches of hay now, and the graphs are pretty even. And that's not a hard thing. I'm telling you guys that like it's a feat of accomplishment. It's really pretty easy. I'm at 47. You're going to hear a beep here in a minute. Okay, now we've got... That was our warning. I gotta shake that bale up a little bit before it gets to 58. Right now it's at 54. So let's keep going. I think I get up to the top of the hill, I'll be okay. Okay, and when you hear that long beep, it's tying already on its own. One of the features I like most about this baler is when it hits that size you're after, you get that real long beep. You get that real long beep. And it starts tying automatically. I don't engage the tying. And you heard those 2 or 3 or 4 beeps, that means it's ready to eject. So I'm going to eject that bale. Sometimes I'll get stuck in there, but not very often. Now I'm going to pull up to see if it came out. Judge it did. There it is. And I'm far enough away. I'm going to bring that down now. And the symbol on the monitor says gate closed. Let me get my row here a little bit. Now we're going to go forward, heat up some more hay. It's real easy, isn't it?